Hello, everyone, and thank you for tuning in. Today, we're going to be looking at Bitcoin and the state of the altcoin market. So this video, we talk about the mainly the Bitcoin dominance chart. We talk about this chart many times, um, almost too many times. But with Bitcoin being currently up 5%, it's currently above its 20-week moving average. I would say pretty well above. It's 5% above the 20-week moving average. It's a good start. It's also above its 200-day moving average for people who care. It's the current metric is 44,985, and we're currently at 46. So well above the 200-day moving, or very clearly above the 20-day moving average. There's no room for debate there. So let's move back to the dominance chart. So as you can see, with the dominance, we have been battling or trending along this yellow line, or I'll change the color to a blue. We've been trending around this blue line for quite some time. And this is essentially just the mean, a rough line of the mean of this trend. And you can see that we were above it, we're below it, but more importantly, we're making higher lows and higher highs. That signals to me that this trend is continuing until it won't. I said last week I can't remember the last time I talked about the dominance, but last video I talked about how we would, if we needed to, if this was a trend reverse, I think it was talking about when we had this downtrend, we saw Ethereum really popping off, Chainlink was also popping off, a few others as well. I said that if this is going to be the actual reversal, we got to make a lower low. We got to break the lower high, essentially. We would have to break 44.59% dominance, in my opinion. But it seems to me that we potentially even made a higher low, right? It looks to me that we've made a higher low. We'll see how this plays out. I'm not sure if I would want to call it a higher low yet, but you can make the case for it. Um, what's going to be interesting is when Bitcoin does close above the 20-week moving average. I think that's going to be a like a very decisive kind of market changing move for Bitcoin and altcoins, right? Ultimately, it's good for altcoins, but if we look at instances of when Bitcoin breaks the 20-week moving average, um, we can might get an idea of what the next few months might look like. Okay, so 2020 last time, we rallied to we rallied when we broke the 20-week moving average, but then so Bitcoin dominance did rally, but then we dropped off pretty quickly, right? It was only until the third week, sorry, one, two, three, the fourth week where we saw the initial crackdown of Bitcoin dominance, right? But this move was pretty big. If we measure this move to the wick, even it's a 5.21% move up, right, on Bitcoin dominance. That'd bring 47.22 to about 52, right? 52% dominance. So there's also that to keep in mind. Let's see, next time. Last time we broke the 20-week moving average before then, January 2020, we immediately broke down. Immediately broke down. As soon as we got to the 20-week moving average, immediately broke down. Here, oh no, that's not what I wanted. Here we go. This one, you could see that it was over a course of 2, 4, 6 weeks, when Bitcoin immediately broke the 20-week moving average and it rallied, and dominance rallied. And you can see here that it was about an 8.01 percentage point move up. That'd bring in our context to 55% dominance. Um, let's see. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. I don't think we can keep going any further. I mean, this is kind of pushing it, right? This is 2015. I don't know how many altcoins were there, and the altcoin market wasn't that big because we're talking about percentage points here of the entire altcoin market. But you could see here when we broke above the 20-week moving average, we rallied, right? We rallied. And in this case, it wouldn't have been that big of a percentage point move up, but to the wick, we're talking about a 1.02 percentage point move on Bitcoin dominance in 2015. So there are cases. I think more often than not, we see an immediate rally of Bitcoin dominance at the very least, right? There's one case where it just immediately drops or continues to drop, but in more cases than not, we see Bitcoin dominance rally. Okay. And what I've been talking about this entire time about Bitcoin dominance is and the state of the altcoin market is that I think this trend will continue. Roughly for 133 days. And this is referencing all the other moves of Bitcoin dominance moving up, and also we're talking about when Bitcoin does break above the 20-week moving average, Bitcoin dominance does rally. And so that's why I have, my target's around 50% dominance. Now, the length can be shorter, it could be shorter, could be longer. If Bitcoin continues the way it is right now, and for the weeks to come, let's say this week, next week, the week after, and the week after that, so we're talking about the end of August. Maybe it's going to be a 112-day move with the Bitcoin dominance rallying whole number percentage points every single week, and we get to 50% dominance by the end of August, and then that's when we turn it around. That's definitely a possibility. Um, but as of right now, we'll see what happens. I mean, I'm pretty open to the idea of us turning around now. That'd be very nice. Or continue the rally. I mean, this is why my portfolio right now is macro, like major Bitcoin. It's 50% Bitcoin because Bitcoin is below the 20-week moving average, and also I have the belief that Bitcoin will eat up that dominance while it breaks above the 20-week moving average, and it's only when it's above the 20-week moving average where we can shift our attention more so to altcoins. Um, so that has not changed yet. But we still have yet to make a higher high. And the jury's still out, I think, in my opinion, that here at 46.07 dominance, that is the higher low, right? Who knows? If we continue up and make a higher high to like 50%, sure, like that could definitely happen. But until then, I think it's just, all eyes are on Bitcoin, making sure it checks off all the boxes, right? Before we get any kind of take on altcoins, I think Bitcoin needs to check off all the boxes. It needs to be above the 20-week moving average. It needs to break the 200-day moving average. The total cryptocurrency market cap also has to be above the 20-week moving average, which it is. Same thing with total too. Anyway, so in conclusion, um, altcoin market I think is still shaky. We have seen some great spurts off of it, um, but I think the jury's still out if we're gonna get some major rally from altcoins. We need to wait until Bitcoin is above the 20-week moving average and expect a short-term retracement of altcoins against their Bitcoin valuations while Bitcoin does this transition be from below to above the 20-week moving average. And it's only until then where we'll see probably an answer back for altcoins, and we start seeing altcoins make the moves that we hope they would. Anyway, that's all for today, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye bye.